What's up, everybody? This is Michael Davis, H.O. Black, also the professor of women's wrestling. Here today, giving my review of WoW Women's Wrestling Season 2, Episode 10, right here, PW Zone. Now, call me crazy, but I had a feeling that I got a feeling that Teddy Long might be booking this episode. He will probably fully responsible for this booking of this match, this episode, because this episode was filled with tag team matches player. I mean, we had triple threat elimination match to turn the final two teams, the tag team championship tournament. We also have Dixie versus Glam, and you also had the first match of the night, the Bully Busters, Keta and Stephy Slays taking on Abilene, Maverick, and Disciplinarian. Now, this rivalry between Abilene, Maverick, and Stephy Slays has been going on for years, ever since 2017. If you don't believe me, you can check out the old episodes of WoW Women's Wrestling on their website, WOWE.com. You can check out all old episodes from the very beginning to most recently episodes from WoW from before they hit the Access TV deal. It's totally free. You don't need to pay a dime. I highly recommend you check that out. But back to the match at hand. This match was pretty decent to start the show. Every time Stephy Slater was close to Abilene Maverick, she tags in that Disciplinarian, and I don't know if that was smart or just her being a coward. Because Stephy Slater wanted to get a piece of her for weeks, and every time she gets a chance to do that, she faces injury or she plays possum or she makes some kind of crappy excuse to avoid any match against Stephy Slays. But in this match, Disciplinarian and Abilene took control of this match early on. They were working well together for the time being, but Keta got her strength back. She tags in Stephy Slays. She takes her aggression out of the Disciplinarian, and while Abilene Maverick was so busy trying to take out Keta, she was not focused on tags at hand and trying to pick up the pin as Stephy Slays pins the Disciplinarian and gets the win for her team, Bully Busters, and Abilene Maverick is suck. She was so focused on not getting involved in Stephy Slays throughout the whole matchup that she caused her team to match. And instead of putting the blame on herself, she put the blame on the Disciplinarian and Smart, and she quit the partnership with those two. And to be honest, they don't need her. The Disciplinarian and Smart does not need Abilene Maverick, but they do need to get back on the drawing board and find out how to win the matches. That's all I gotta say. But from one tag team match to another, we got the Dixie Dolls, Jolene and Jolene, taking on Gris and Glam, or Southern Pride, or whatever you want to call them. I prefer Gris and Glam, and that would be Amber and Neil and Teddy Jones. The video package plays a look back on how this match came about. Dixie Dolls still in the boost of Teddy Jones and Amber and Neil from the locker room, and they have Teddy Jones and Amber Neil not able to wrestle properly without their boots, and it causing the match not being able to be part of the semi-finals main event that is going to be happening later on on the show. And they found their boots and Dixie Dolls, and they beat them down in the process. And they even talking smack on one of my Instagram posts a couple days ago. Dixie Dolls and Jesse Jones, and I mean you can tell this was heating up big time. So this match, Dixie Jones, Amber Neil. It was a match I expected. How I expected this to go down exactly how I thought it would be. With Amber Neil and Teddy Jones being the breaks out of these rookies that got in their faces several weeks ago. That stole their boots, costing their chance to win the tag team championships, and just treating these veterans with no respect at all. And Jesse Jones, Amber Neil, they came to fight, and they just to continue to tore down Dixie Donuts one by one. Preferably Jolene or Jolena. I had trouble recognizing which one was, so I would call them Dixie 1 and 2. Dixie 1 was being down from battered and bruised. She got busted arm, she got busted nose, and she was just completely beat up in this match. You have Jesse Jones and Amber Hill who were doing their best Young Bucks impression with the season assist move. You guys remember that move that Young Bucks do, where one Young Buck has the crossface and the other has the sharpshooter on the opponent at the same time. This is what they did. This is pretty much similar to what they did here with Jesse Jones, the crossface, Amber Hill with the Boston Crab, and Amber Hill doing what he does best, being the submissive specialist as he is. You know, she did the Phil Nelson with the splits. She did the chicken wing. She did the curve mutilation, and she did the inverted armbar on Dixie 1. And it's like people call Dean Malenko the man with 1,000 hoes. I'll say that Amber Hill is the woman with 1,000 hoes, because this girl has submissive moves out the back pocket with no foot. There's no tomorrow. Meanwhile, you also had Jessie Jones working the arm of Dixie 1 to set up for that Boston stretch that put away a lot of opponents. That's how she remained undefeated in WoW so far. And Dixie 2 trying to try and get her hopes up, trying to get regroup in this match, trying to win the match for her team, and it wasn't enough. She took too much time, pandering to the crowd, and it cost her. Jessie Jones got her arm, yanked her onto the ropes, and that's how she sets up for the Boston stretch. And Dixie 2 taps out immediately as the Glam Glam picks up the big win. Or should I say just a squash match from top to bottom. I mean, yeah, sure, the Dixie Donuts had a couple of offense here and there, but let's face it, they had no chance against Glam. They had no chance of being these veterans that have been just killing the game for decades. I mean, if you mess with their stuff, they gotta go out there and beat the crap out of you, or beat the brakes off you, like as they would say. But you know, good much needed win for Glam. They got their revenge, they got their payback, and Dixie Donuts, let that be a lesson to you. Don't mess with the best. That's all. The next match is the all national Klohe Hurtz taking on the Lioness. Both was have dealt with losing droughts, losing streaks. Yeah, Klohe Hurtz been just losing back to back. It was season 1 through season 2, and she just not been having the best luck as late. And she decided to fire her wing rats, the men that carry her to the ring, that take her jacket off every time she hit the ring. I mean, she fired the wing rats, and and me personally, I really don't give a damn. I mean, I'd always knew the ring rats were no good in the first place. I mean, they always screw up and always cause her to the masses every single time. So I'm glad that she fired the wing rats. Meanwhile, you have Lioness trying to take out the squash match loss he had a couple years ago when she fought the Beast, and it's like, hopefully she can get her groove back. But I know how she can get her groove back. I know what's been missing. I know why she hadn't been focused and winning matches. She had her dancer with her dancers. She hadn't been singing to the ring. And that's what she brought back in this match when she faced Klohe Hurtz. She brought back the dancers. She brought back singing her theme song, and the crowd was loving it. And in this match, Klohe Hurtz was in control of this match early on. At one point, she had this unique submission hold, and I can't even describe how what it is, you got to see it for yourself. It's just she did pretty damn good in this match early on without the ring rats, and she actually showing how what she can do as a wrestler, instead of just relying on her ring rats. But you have Long Star helping out Lioness as much as possible, getting the upper hand as he took control in this matchup, hitting Klohe Hurtz with a tornado kick with a close 2 count. After Klohe Hurtz hits the Samoan drop after she did a couple of squats, Long Star comes up to the apron, having Klohe Hurtz look at through the mirror that she had at ringside. But you know the old saying, mirror, mirror on the wall. How about mirror, mirror to the back of your skull? As Long Star hits Klohe Hurtz the back of the head with her mirror, yells at Lioness to cover her. 1, 2, 3, Lioness hook by hook gets the win, and thank God Long Star did something good for a change. I mean, ever since Long Star had Lioness as her protege, she's just been having her do her dirty work. Whether that be her getting beat up by Glam 2 weeks in a row, to getting squashed by the Beast in over a minute. This is a much needed win for Lioness, even if she needed help from Long Star. Let's get to the main event of this episode, which sees 3 teams fighting for the chance to be in the finals of the Wild Tag Championship tournament. You have Fire and Adrenaline. You got Hoildead and Siren the Voodoo. And you got the Monster of Madness, Havok and Hazard. Whoever wins this match, that team and the team that didn't get pinned will move on to the finals next week to determine the new Wild Tag Championships. And to determine the Wild Tag Champions. I'm processing. I can't even talk today. So this match with limited style, you have one ref in the ring and one ref outside the ring, which was pretty cool, pretty good idea. I mean, I like how they did this, and I think most promotions have been doing this lately when it comes to these styles of matches. But this match was a car crash from start to finish. I mean, you had Voodoo and Havok facing off one point in the match. You have Havok throwing around everybody in this match, whether that be Hoildead, Fire, Adrenaline. I mean, she just was not going down without a fight. But one person was able to take her down during this match, and that was Hoildead with a huge spine buster, spine pine, as JR would say. And after that, Hoildead eats a super kick from Fire. Fire gets hit with a butterfly DDT from Siren. It was a pandemonium all over the place. And meanwhile, you had a face-off between Hoildead and Havok, but as soon as Havok got her up, Fire miscarry, and she hits the air raid crash. 1, 2, 3. The Monster of Madness win the match, and Fire and Adrenaline advance to the finals of Wild Tag Championship tournament, as Hoildead and Siren Voodoo have been eliminated. So next week, we're going to have Fire and Adrenaline taking on the Monster of Madness, Havok and Hazard, to determine the new Wild Tag Team Champions. And we're going to have ourselves a 2-hour season finale next week on Access TV. And I'm here to say right now, I'll be reviewing both shows at the same time. I'm not going to be doing no separate videos. I'm going to be reviewing both of these shows in one video. It's going to be a lot of work, but I can do it. I've been doing this for 20 episodes pretty much, from season 1 and 2. I can do this. And I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to have that video up next week, either after the episode or right before Survivor Series. But you don't want to miss Wild Women Wrestling Season 2 finale next week on SATV. And if you haven't been watching Season 2, don't worry. They're going to be having episodes from the morning time till season finale next week on SATV. So make sure if you have Access TV, go out of your way and watch WoW from start to finish. So you guys to catch up on the speed on to season 2. And if you don't have it, please don't waste your time. Get Access TV, get Sling, get DirecTV, do whatever you gotta do, and to watch WoW Women Wrestling season 2 from start to finish to the season finale next week. But hope you guys enjoyed the review, and make sure you like the video, subscribe for more, tap the bell on YouTube app so you miss any of my videos. Make sure you follow WoW Superheroes on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at WoW Superheroes, and make sure, once again, to go to WoW Superheroes, the WoW Women Wrestling website at WOWE.com. Until then, I'm Michael Davis, Black. I'm out.